I always play with earplugs even when I'm playing soft now. There's nothing in here. Any more questions? Hey.
I have Is that something you taught yourself through listening to music and trying out, or did you have any like meaningful educational experiences with teachers or anyone who affected you profoundly in the way you view music?
Both. I'd say both. For me, my ears are my gift. Some of you guys know I have perfect pitch, and it makes it easy for me to hear music and hear what it is, whether or not I can even execute it. So it inspires me to learn to execute it. I think the knowledge I've gained about music, I think I say both because I think it comes. You hear things that inspire you, right? And yes, I go. I mean, and I should say I didn't have lessons growing up. I am self-taught. So that's been the main way that I've learned things. But I think when I've got to have conversations with great musicians that have really changed the way that I view and hear music, it makes all those things make sense, I should say. Because I would hear, like, a great example is when I was in high school, I heard Cato. I was like 17 years old, I think, and I was playing with this big band, this local big band, college ensemble that they would let me come and play with. And one of the hired ringers that was there heard me playing, and he was like, "Man, you sound really great. You kind of remind me a little of Cato." I was like, "Who's Cato?" He's like, "Oh my gosh, you're a bass player and you don't know who Cato is." So he came back the next rehearsal and gave me 2 CDs, Jacko's first record and actually this Victor Bailey record called Low Blow. And I learned like every note on both, drums and bass at the time. But a great example of that is like, he recorded Donna Lee. Just an amazing, like flawless execution and, written improvisation, like, and it's really so musical. I didn't know, but at the time I had no knowledge of any jazz harmonies or chords or, major seventh dominance or augmented, 2/5s or anything. I just knew it sounded like music to me, and it was like some stuff that I didn't know. So I used my ears and, listened to it, learned it, and figured it out. And so I had this facility underneath me, but it wasn't until later when, like, talking to people like, who early on, I mean, I should say before, George Duke comes to mind. He's one that, changed the way that I hear music, I'd say. But really, like, earlier was probably people that you may or may not know, that where I started really opened up doors of harmony and hearing how these things like made sense. Let's see, who was one? I could actually say Schofield. Actually, he's one that the way he hears, he has obviously an amazing understanding of music and soul and harmony and jazz harmony and blues and all this great music. And so maybe after conversations with him, or even not even, sometimes it's conversation, sometimes it's playing. I think you get when you play with someone, when you make music with someone on a deep level, sometimes you can skip layers, like you may not know the individual, but it you went straight through to like some spiritual stuff, which is much more lasting. It's inspiration rather than so much intellect, But it's all of it together because you remember the experience, So I'd say maybe after a few conversations with people like that, then I go back to Donna Lee, and then it's like, oh, it's brand new again because I never heard like the harmony behind it. I had never heard like the chords, like A flat, the 2/5 to B flat, be flat by the, you know. It just sounded like solo bass and so loud. So that's why I say both, I guess, really, because you listen to music and things that inspire you, and you learn like what it is and how to replicate that, and then life through conversation and experiences and with these other people that have so much deeper understanding, they make it all make sense, you know. Like, it never, sorry, I'm tripping over my words. It never, I had, like, even though I had all this facility, I could never use any of it until I had the human life part to, you know, if someone to tell me, oh, there's, you know, this is what he was thinking, like, where this is his perspective, where he was coming from, you know, and that's everything. So now when I listen to music, I listen for intent and perspective and where people are coming from with it, you know. Did that answer you?
Totally.
Yeah.
And more.
Yeah. I really love music. Anyone else have any?